If you're not a black metal fan, or not a metal fan even, black metal alone can already be extremely unsettling to you. But if you're a black metal fan, it needs something more to creep you out, you know? That's why we're going to take a look at some very unsettling, weird and creepy songs inside the black metal subgenre today. So I picked some songs and I asked you on Instagram if you could send me some, weird, creepy, strange black metal songs. So let's take a look on that list. Oh, and big shout out to all the people who didn't send me single songs, but full albums, band names, or random stuff. Thank you very much, you really helped me to compile this list. So first, a quick reminder how usual black metal sounds like. Sounds familiar, Got a song structure, 4/4 time, drums, bass, guitars, someone screaming, black metal. And now to the first weird song. I recommend headphones, by the way. This would be a perfect spot for a headphone product placement, but look at my face, nobody wants to have product placement with me. Imperial Triumphant, Krokodil. I like how the song starts with some weird noise panning from left to right, which later becomes the guitars. And the whole thing is just so dense and, you don't know what's happening. It feels like a very, very bad trip. I think the song is about drugs, and the video fits as well. Yes, there is an official video. Holy shit, that's... But I like it somehow. Next one is Mysterious Semblance of Spectral Trees by Streborg. Remember when Streborg, or Sinana, the guy behind it, made actual black metal? This is what he's doing today. I don't want to judge. Everybody can do what he wants. But it's weird. It's even more weird than the black metal. Streborg is pretty famous for its extreme, thin, and let's say bad sound. But when you get used to it, it somehow becomes pretty meditative, like a journey through a dark, misty forest. I kinda start to like it, I used to hate it, but there is something to it. It's not bad, I gotta say. And there's a very audible bass, super unusual. And now it's time to take a look at one of the most famous, you could say, unsettling, weird black metal bands or projects. Hey Emmett fans, this is the part where you hit the thumb down button. Thank me later. Yeah, it's Emmett. I gotta say, I don't know what people like about that. It's ear-piercingly bad. I'm either too young or too old to understand that, or whatever. It's just not my style of music at all. I'm pretty sure the guy behind it had something in mind, and he executed that the way he wanted. Otherwise he wouldn't, put out the music. But, oof. It sounds like to me, it sounds like a 12-year-old doing guitar slides on a distorted guitar with drenched in reverb, screams over it, then makes a black and white and red CD cover. Done. There's your mystery of Emmett. I'm sorry, I'm having problems with that. Ooh. Time for something I enjoy way more. Even though I lost all the Emmett fans probably, because you guys can't stand different opinions, sorry. Schatten aus der Alexanderwelt by Bethlehem. And the song stands as a representative for the whole album Dictius Tenecare, which I knew would be on the list. I would have put it on the list. The whole album is one of the most insane vocal performances I've ever listened to. If you don't know it, you have to check it out. It constantly, almost constantly keeps a certain thrill and makes you... Whoa. And to all the Germans of you, ich weiß, das wird schon oft genug vom Ernie besprochen. That's why we continue with Amel Nakru, with the song The Prisoner from the EP The Prisoner. It's extremely unusual stuff. The verses are almost just keyboard and drums with very quiet and distorted guitars and distorted vocals, of course. Extremely distorted vocals. And then the verses end, the drums stop, and this is the actual chorus, to me, which has a very unsettling melody. But I love that. I'm not even sure if that's guitars or keyboards and guitars. But I like that part. It's eerie. And the artwork fits the whole atmosphere of that song. I think it's just a 2-minute song, but it takes you to that prison somehow. Next one is Gnaw Their Tongues with All the Dread Magnificence of Perversity. This one's pretty dark and haunting. You can hear something that sounds like dark, deep trumpets or something. Guitars distorted. Someone's playing drums. From the description, it could be an Emmett song, but I like this one way more because it's got an industrial vibe to it, and it sounds like a soundtrack to an extremely weird Gaspar Noé movie. Is that even still black metal? Is Emmett still black metal? Would you consider that stuff black metal? Or is it a different genre? Noise, for example. Or what would you call it? And no list of weird, unsettling black metal would be complete without some good old DSBM. This is Death Right Inani's Sadame. In the beginning there was nothing, in the end there was dread. This is actually a project by one of my viewers, at least I think so. Hello, I don't know if you're still watching. I listen to your stuff and I want to give small projects some attention. This is just very melancholic, sad music that makes you feel helpless, drowning, you name it. Just like other depressive black metal bands that sound like that. Disaster, for example, pretty famous example. The reverb is at 10, probably 11, but it somehow all makes sense. And I like the production actually. Good job there. And to all the people who are about to complain, I just have to mention these bands or projects. Stalag, Gulag and Abruptum. These are extremely famous, okay? They don't need a special video. If you don't want to watch something sad right now, why not watch my comedy series High Gain? See you next time.